Today's a very important day for the Festiva. We're actually going to be wrapping up a whole bunch of little stuff that's been dragging for quite some time. We're going to be fabricating a complete exhaust out of aluminum, which is going to be really cool. We're also going to be welding in an intake air temperature sensor, because we need that for tuning purposes. Also rewiring in my wideband O2 sensor so that we can do tuning things. And we're going to be mounting up this little old overflow tank from the original Festiva. So we get to reuse some of the stuff we already paid for. So it's the next day. I figured it'd be good to give you guys some sort of closeout, because where we left off, I think it was all fun montage stuff, right? I'm not sure how much of this we covered, but I just put a new coolant temperature sensor in. The harness is sort of all running right now. Oil lines are doing good. There is an oil leak somewhere. I gotta find that. We did fire it up, and it does run, which is great. We threw a new quick tune in it, and it basically idles, but as soon as I give it gas it wants to die, but that's okay, there's still more tuning to come. What we ran into was a problem with the fuel line. As you can probably tell, fuel leaks are kind of frowned upon when it comes to performance, mostly because your stuff catches on fire. So it looks like I've got a split in the line, maybe two. I need to get underneath there and make sure, but I think it's mostly due to the fact that there's nothing to really control the fuel pressure like there was before. On the truck intake we had a fuel pressure regulator. I think the old line just had enough. There is an upgraded fuel pump in this, so I gotta make sure that line's okay, and once it is we should be able to get back into the tuning process. But that's where we're gonna end this episode. Boy, that's kind of like a terrible ending, and I don't even want to start it because I don't want to shake it off the stand. Isn't it crazy how that new manifold came out? It's really hard to understand what it's trying to do other than not go back down that hole because the tire's there. So the only way to make it happen was to come out here, make an immediate loop, and then come out underneath the front bumper, which is pretty neat. It also sounds way different now. I'm sure we'll have more videos of it idling and running when it does. But anyway, thanks very much for watching this episode of $1,000 Car Guy. Stay tuned, as always. I don't do updates as much as I should, but if you'd like to, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Just search $1,000 Car Guy. Hopefully I'm the only one. You can also find me on Facebook if you search under groups for $1,000 Car Group. So I'm trying to launch this Facebook group, and the idea is it's a group for cheap car owners who don't want to spend more than $1,000 and the idea is if we can get a whole bunch of us together, we'll be able to buy, sell, and trade vehicles that are under $1,000. There's also no shit posting on it. I won't stand for it. If you don't like the build, basically don't comment. It's as simple as that. We're here to encourage other users to build cool stuff. I don't want to deter anyone from doing it. Also, this would look a lot more artistic if I had put time into it. I literally just parked it here and it started growing. I think that's enough for today. I will see you guys in the next episode when theoretically it should be running and driving because the tune's all done. Alright, stay tuned. See you then. I've also been putting a little bit of time into this bad boy. I have never had a Festiva with working AC. Also, if you could smell the 80s, this is what it would smell like. You know what, I can't help myself. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, I'm about to have a little accident in my booty hole,
Oh no. God. Damn. Well.
That's why you don't laugh while you're taking well. Whoops.
Hey bud, can you go get me that grinder?